Without a doubt, the biggest complaint I hear about the Boruto series is that nobody's going to be a challenge anymore. So when they talk about introducing new characters, new villains into the story, people are like, what's the point of following the series? Because Boruto, Mitsuki, Sanada are too broken, and then Naruto and Sasuke themselves, who are at the top of the totem pole when it comes to power, they are just way too broken. They defeated gods. So when we talk about average shinobi in the story, the shinobi lifestyle, which is already dying off, is there any shinobi that could be a challenge to Boruto and his generation, or even to the Hidden Leaf Village? The answer, unfortunately, is no. Naruto's been vital in putting down multiple gods, and all of them were tied to the Otsutsuki clan, even descendants who no longer carry the last name Otsutsuki. When you think about the shinobi lifestyle being an accident, being something that was completely misconstrued, ninja was never supposed to turn into ninjutsu. Regular, everyday shinobi in this technologically advanced world where the shinobi lifestyle is dying and people who acquire shinobi skills end up doing regular work, shinobi whose ideology do not fit the mold of this peaceful world, when they start acting out, it won't be as interesting to you because you've seen much greater threats tackled, completely wiped out, and so anytime there is going to be a ninja, a shinobi who does pose a threat, oftentimes the writing will not be as consistent as good when they try to build this character up. Think the new Seven Swordsman of the Mist who nearly killed the Mizukage they had to by the ropes. Think Sumire who collected chakra throughout the village and even possessed a Jonin. These threats were tackled, these threats were wiped out. And that's why when they tried to build these characters up, the sense of danger was much different than the sense of danger you experienced in Part 1 when the world was still fresh, when we knew very little about it, and high-level enemies were a product of their time versus a generation that they aren't currently growing up in. So that's why some of these events feel like filler to you guys. And that's why they're going to try and introduce Kawaki, the Kata organization, as soon as possible to get the Otsutsuki clan involved. Because this organization seemingly has ties to the Otsutsuki clan, whether it be earthly ties or extraterrestrial ties. For some reason, they have some sort of knowledge about them, and there's possibly even some communication going on there. Now, I believe once we deal with the Kata organization, who seem to be gathering intel on various different types of Juinjutsu or curse seals, and keep in mind, curse marks and curse seals are all basically genetical mutations that stem back to the Otsutsuki clan one way or another. When we finish Kata off, as well as Kawaki, because I believe Kawaki is going to be finished off before the end of the series, of course. I don't think the series is going to end with Kawaki, and something's telling me that Naruto and Sasuke are not going to die. I don't see them doing something like that because I think a lot of people would drop the story of two of their favorite characters were no longer in the Next Generation series. It's kind of like killing Goku off in Super, even though Goku is, of course, still the main character. In the future of the series, we know that Boruto and Kawaki's curse marks are going to start expanding throughout their body, because when Boruto received that little diamond on his palm after the fight with Momoshiki, he didn't have those marks, but we assume it all stems from that little diamond. So it's going to keep expanding, it's going to keep increasing in size. And when you couple that in with the fact that Momoshiki froze time after his defeat, telling Boruto right as he received this mark that once someone defeats a god, like an Otsutsuki clan member, they cease to be a normal person. Yeah, I think that the Kata organization, the end of them, is going to bring us into a new arc with the Otsutsuki clan. It only makes sense because for some reason Kata has some kind of connection with them, some kind of communication going on, because they seem to be interested in that specific curse mark that Boruto received after defeating an Otsutsuki clan member. And it's safe to say, I'm guessing Kawaki also defeated a god or an Otsutsuki clan member. Although, of course, I truly believe there are more god clans. I don't think the Otsutsuki clan is the only god clan. Either we're going to find something out after the defeat of the Kata organization and start search for the Otsutsuki clan members to wipe them out before they grow into bigger and bigger threats as they absorb god trees and other dimensions and other galaxies, things of that nature, or they're going to come after us, specifically Boruto, because again, Kata and Otsutsuki clan, they have some kind of connection. We know Momoshiki's planet was only accessible with powerful space-time ninjutsu. Well, what is one thing we've seen on display from Kata? What are the only things we've seen on display from them? Powerful space-time ninjutsu. I think they've been on another planet or in another dimension, and they've met with other Otsutsuki clan members. That, or at the very least, they stumbled upon a byproduct of the Otsutsuki clan, because we know that everything stemmed from them, and then, you got all these clans basically, evolving from each other, and that's how the shinobi world got so complicated with all the different Kekkei Genkai, all the different Kekkei Mora. It might even have something to do with that vessel. That vessel might be an Otsutsuki clan member's body that for some reason they discovered, and now they're trying to make contact with the Otsutsuki clan. Maybe they don't have any contact with them. But one thing we see constantly from Sasuke, or the supporting shadow in the new era, especially after the Vegeta Bandits arc where Sasuke interrogated Shojichi and he learned about this, Juinjutsu that's very similar to Kata's organizations, markings and stuff like that, is that Sasuke believes that there is a coming danger in the sense that there are enemies like the Otsutsuki clan who will be making appearances time and time again, and it's their job to make sure they get rid of them in time before they grow and grow and grow. And of course, Kaguya gave a warning of her own. She was building a White Zetsu army in the hopes that if Momoshiki and Kinshiki came to harvest the earth, she'd be able to defend herself and the civilizations that she, of course, enslaved. Now, I believe there's already hints in the Boruto anime, as he's in the Ninja Academy with all of his friends, that we're going to either seek the Otsutsuki out or they're going to seek us out. And Here's what I mean. So, the many Otsutsuki, he's on the moon, right? You constantly see him every couple episodes talking about Boruto and the future of the world, and will Boruto be able to stop this coming danger? It's pretty clear to me that most of these references are referring to Momoshiki and Kinshiki's inevitable arrival on Earth in search of chakra. But I also believe this is all set up for many instances of gods landing on Earth, and here's why I say that. Because Toneri entered Boruto's dream telling him that his right eye is the key to stopping this great darkness. But in the Versus Momoshiki arc, Boruto did not use his right eye to stop Momoshiki. In fact, it was Naruto and Sasuke who did the majority of the work, and Boruto came in with the Rasengan at the end. It could end up being an inconsistency where they didn't think things through and plan things out. I mean, Kishimoto himself admitted, like, yo, I forgot to give Boruto the Byakugan, and that's why Boruto might have a unique dojutsu, because, Kishimoto forgot to give him the same eye that he gave his sister. But at the same time, I have a little bit more faith in Kishimoto, and I actually think that many gods will be landing on Earth, and it will be up to Boruto when his eye, develops and he actually gets a mastery of this dojutsu. Then he'll actually challenge a god, one of the Otsutsuki clan members, or another god from another god clan. And then once that happens, that's when he will be the key to stopping this great darkness. Not specifically referring to Momoshiki and Kinshiki, because, again, Boruto did not use his dojutsu in that fight. Now, I think once we're done dealing with Kara and Kawaki, we're going to start doing space exploration. And I know some people are like, Dopo, what? That's crazy. Listen, that seems to be the path we're going to be going down, just because we're talking about all this science, all this technology. We got the Kote technology pretty much eliminating training to some degree for the average common shinobi. And then on top of that, you've got blimps now, you've got computers, you've got radio, you've got all the things, you've got big giant monitors. Yeah, space travel is going to be pretty possible, I think. I think it's going to be inevitable that we're going to start searching the Otsutsuki out before they start harvesting other planets, specifically god trees. And you see, I feel like up until now, we've only encountered some of the weaker Otsutsuki clan members, in the sense that these were Otsutsuki clan members that were, I guess, kind of dumb. They seem to lack a certain type of intelligence, almost like a street sense in a way. And that's because they weren't really confined to, like, one planet with all these warring tribes, and they were forced to develop all these strategies. Like, if we had an Otsutsuki clan member with all the power, all the different Kekkei Genkai, all the different perks that all the other Otsutsuki clan members have, but possibly as smart as Tobirama, Minato, Itachi, oh my god. Like, I mean, honestly, that would probably take Naruto and Sasuke dying in battle to maybe, like, seal up that enemy. You know what I mean? Forget about just sealing that enemy up. I'm talking about dying in battle doing something like that. Like, Reaper Death Seal type. To me, the many Otsutsuki came off as just simply, like, sexually frustrated. Momoshiki came off as extremely robotic to me. Like, no complexity of thought whatsoever. No backup plans. Kaguya just came off bitter to me. So, if you actually had an intelligent Otsutsuki clan member with power on the power level of those guys, I mean, it would be disastrous for our side. Someone with their power that actually disciplined and manipulative. I mean, I think that we're going to see someone crazy in the future of the Boruto story, and it's going to be the job of Boruto Mitsuki Sarada as they grow and get more powerful to defeat them, to stop this darkness. And I think that's when people are going to start loving the Boruto series, because there's no going back. The shinobi lifestyle is dead. Now, getting into theory territory, this clan that possesses the Byakugan, Tensegan, Sharingan, Rinnegan, Wood Release, amongst other very powerful abilities, they can't be the only clan, only alien clan, only extraterrestrial clan with these powerful abilities, and let me tell you why. So Naruto took a very scientific approach to explain how ninjutsu, how chakra came about, and how all of this variety on Earth came about when it came to power and things of that nature. So if they decide to go down that route, then they're also probably going to go down the route of explaining why the Otsutsuki clan also was shown to have as much power and the ability to travel around space and cultivate different planets and, take the power of the god tree, almost deadening the planet that they arrive on. I think this is a product of evolution, a result of warring clans and tribes, a result of the Otsutsuki clan possibly fighting off other clans, other alien extraterrestrial powerful clans, which forced them to search for other planets to steal energy from, because why would they need to do that? So the explanation is that they want this chakra to gain power and prolong their lives, right? Like, so they can become immortal in a way and remain youthful. But while this evolutionary trait seems to exist, they all seem to have their own vendettas, and they don't all seem to get along with each other, meaning that their vendettas and their desires override whatever evolutionary instincts they have. I'd be willing to bet there was something that originally drove them to seek power, and that's possibly other clans. Like, what if there's a Sun clan, a clan that's sort of like the opposite to the Otsutsuki clan? So maybe some races they search for the god tree, but maybe other clans they search for some other type of energy source. Or maybe this clan feeds on the Otsutsuki clan. It's some kind of hierarchy that was not yet established yet, and as we learn more about the Boruto Boruto Naruto world, we will understand things a lot better. Now that Boruto's changed forever, defeating the god, it seems like he's going to be a target of the Otsutsuki clan, and we're probably going to do space exploration at some point in time. We're going to learn a lot more about this clan, fight more members of this clan, and probably be introduced to new alien warlike clans, which originally forced the Otsutsuki clan to search for power. If a multiverse and a god hierarchy could be established in the Dragon Ball world, something similar could be established in the Naruto world. Not exactly the same, but something similar. I really would want there to be a multiverse in the Naruto world. I think that'd be overdoing it just a little bit.